Hello, are you here to debate?
I am.
All right. Oh, hold on one second. Why is that doing that? There we go. All right. What's your name, age, and pronouns, please?
It's Jesse, he, him, and I am 40 and looking good. Are you there?
You think you could call back?
What do you mean?
You thought you could call back?
I mean, we haven't spoken over a week, I don't think, right?
Mm-hmm. Were you calling to say some more stupid shit?
Well, I was calling to actually ask you if you think, so since you think the Christian God is evil, I was wondering if you think like organizations like Sisterhood of the Poor and the Salvation Army are also evil.
Nope.
But those are Christian organizations.
Did I say Christian organizations are evil or the Christian God is evil? You tried this last time. What you tried to do is you tried to like, oh, let's see if I can ask a million gotcha questions. And you failed at all of them. So are we trying that again this time?
You could try it. It's not going to work. How can you say that the God that the Little Sisters of the Poor worship is evil, but that what they do in command of him is good?
Man, you have you read your own book? Have you read the Bible before?
I'm just yeah, I have, yeah.
Okay. So then what are you confused about? God has done evil things in the Bible, did he not?
I'm confused how you can say that these nuns that worship God and Jesus Christ, how they can worship
because they're brainwashed.
Somebody that's evil and do something that's
because
good.
They've been brainwashed. It's just like people who've been brainwashed into following a cult leader aren't necessarily themselves evil. The cult leader has brainwashed them and tricked them. So when God tricks people into believing that he's an all-good being, which he's clearly not, and he tells people, if you don't follow me, you will burn for all eternity. So out of fear, they follow him. Yeah, it makes sense that they would be, coerced. They're not really doing this because they want to. They're coerced into doing it. Unless you don't know what coercion is, which would be kind of worrisome.
So do you think that, well, God gives us a duty, okay? Now, and you don't believe in God. So do you believe you still have a duty in life?
Do I believe I have a duty in life?
Yeah.
What does that have to do with the point?
Well,
are we talking about something else now?
You said that these ladies, you said that the Sisterhood of Nuns was brainwashed, and I'm trying to say, and I said God gave them a duty, but you don't believe in God. So do you think that you have a duty in life? And
still
it can be anything.
For the relevance. I'm still looking for the relevance to the topic.
Well, I mean, if you don't feel a sense of duty, right, why would you ever help someone?
I'm just wondering about the relevance to the topic.
Well, you said that they're evil, that God is evil.
Yep.
The nuns have their duty from God to help other people.
Correct.
To do what they do.
Under threat of punishment. Yep.
Wait, say that again?
They've been coerced under threat of punishment. Mm-hmm.
What are they being punished?
The threat of punishment for not following God would be hell.
Well, but their duty is to help other people, right?
What does that have?
So if I was to tell you, if I was to tell you, unless you help little kids, like when they need help, you're going to be punished. Like, wouldn't you think that that's a good thing now? Like you're duty bound to help little kids then?
God doesn't say to nuns.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
In an emergency, should women and children go first?
Relevance?
I'm trying to gauge like where your sense of duty is.
What's the relevance?
Do you have a sense of duty in life? Well,
what
again,
is the relevance?
We Christians, you're saying we Christians that our God is evil.
Yes.
I have my duties.
Boom.
I have
Nailed
my
it.
duties from God
Yes,
to do.
your duty
And
is
I'm
given to you
disagreeing
from an
with
evil
you.
God.
I'm
Boom.
disagreeing with
Nailed
you
it.
that those are evil. My duty, for instance, my duty is to let the weak
Boom.
go first, which is
No, it's not.
would be women and children
No,
in
it
the
isn't.
case of an
You
emergency.
don't give a fuck about the weak. You don't give a fuck about the weak.
So would you
just
push
making shit up
children
now?
out of the way to get out of a burning building?
Would I push children out of the way? Who knows? I'm not in a burning building. I'm saying you don't give a fuck about the weak. It's like pretty clear.
Well, I'm telling you that I've helped the weak. I help the weak, right? Like that's my duty from God. If you think that's evil, so be it. I'm just trying to gauge.
I'm telling you right now, you don't help the weak. Yes,
you don't think in the case of an
about the weak.
emergency, women and children should go first.
You do not care about the weak.
You don't care about the weak?
You don't.
Well, you can state that all you want, but I'm not the one who's saying women and children shouldn't go first.
Let me ask you a question.
Women and children should go first.
Wait, let's just ask a question. Let's just figure it out. Do you support the current administration? Do you support Donald Trump?
That has nothing to do with anything that we're talking about here.
Yes, it does. If you're going to,
this is why Christians. God.
This is why Christians are so fucking morally bankrupt, and this is why when I put the video about you out, this is why when I put the video about you out, I said that this motherfucker was morally bankrupt.
Can you explain what that even means to me?
Unbelievable.
Can you even explain what that means?
You just said with your whole chest.
I'm
sorry. Am I talking or are you talking? Am I talking right now or are you talking?
I'm asking you what more.
Okay, well now you're on hold. Maybe here's the fun thing. Here's the fun thing. When I speak, you don't. Okay? Does anybody else have an issue with that? That when I speak, you don't? Okay, great. You understand not to talk now? Like when I'm speaking, do you get that now? That's how this works.
Sure.
Great.
That's how fascism
so yeah, when
works,
I say it's not fascism, stupid idiot.
Like, fascism,
it's fine if you don't know what fascism is. That's cool too. We get it. You don't know shit.
This is a debate.
Fun fact about debates. Fun fact about debates: you don't speak when it's not your turn. Hate to tell you that. That's how debates actually work.
You never said where it was a turn-based debate.
Oh, all debates are turn-based. You fucking moron.
No, they're not.
Name me one debate that's not turn-based.
Now you're ad hominem attacking.
Name me one that's not an ad hominem, you fucking idiot. You don't even know what an ad hom is, dumb fuck. What I'm doing, let's just anchor this out first of all. What I'm doing is called insulting you. An ad hom would be if I did that instead of addressing the argument. Considering you've made no argument, you've made zero arguments. There's no argument to address.
Women and children, should women and children
That's not an argument. That's not an argument. That's a question. You've made no argument.
My duty is
so
to
I don't
allow
need
women
to
and
make.
children
Okay, cool. I'm talking. Damn, isn't that crazy? Are you ready to stop talking and listen, or are you just going to keep blabbering?
Go ahead.
Great.
Go ahead.
So when I say that you're morally bankrupt, I mean there is no actual ethical principle that you exist and operate on under society. You believe, with your full fucking chest, that as long as I help a poor person every 2 or 3 years, and as long as I give to my church, that voting in a system and my vote going to contribute to mass atrocities and harms throughout the globe, that actually doesn't matter, guys. When God watches all that we do and judges all that we do, and when Jesus looks at all that we do, he's not going to care that I voted to remove Medicare from people. Jesus isn't going to give a fuck that I said, hey, let's make it so that 8 million Americans lose Medicaid in the next 10 years. Jesus isn't going to care that we're removing SNAP benefits so children are going to continue to go hungry. Jesus isn't going to give a shit that I vote alongside people who want to remove free school lunches. Jesus doesn't care that I'm voting for somebody that's removing funding for the EPA, and now our fucking water is going to get fucking worse because, again, the EPA kind of fucking makes sure that happens. Jesus isn't going to give a shit about any of that, guys. Why would Jesus care about that? All he cares about is that I, every year, donate to the Red Cross, guys. That's all Jesus cares about. No, it's fucking stupid. Jesus's whole thing was that literally said verbatim that it's easier for a poor person who gives $1 to charity to get into heaven than it is for a rich person who gives $100. Do you know why? Do you know why? I wonder. You don't, but I wonder if you knew.
Is it my turn?
Oh, yeah, no, that was a question to you. Do you know why Jesus said that?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Well, I want to rebut the other things that you said first. I mean,
are you? Go ahead. It's your turn. Go ahead and rebut.
Did you vote for Kamala Harris?
Yep.
Isn't she a Christian?
Fuck, do that matter?
You just got done saying all of that stuff, and you voted for a Christian.
Okay, chat.
You don't see the irony in that?
Okay, chat. Let's look through what just happened. So instead of addressing a single one of the points that I brought up, instead of addressing a single one of the points I brought up, he just tried to pivot to something else.
Quick pivot. Go to a different subject.
You're the one who just pivoted. You didn't address a single of the points that I brought up.
You just said all of that.
Are you going to address any of the points I brought up?
And you voted for one.
Are you going to? Yeah, because there are some. Okay,
you just said, well, you Christians, you voted for Donald Trump.
This is why you're actually stupid.
This is why you're actually stupid.
This is why you're actually stupid.
You know what a straw man is?
You just straw man, fucking dumb fuck.
You know what a straw man is?
Define straw man. Define straw man for me. Tell me what a straw man is.
That's when you say a bunch of things trying to prove a point that
Incorrect.
I never made.
Incorrect.
So you were sitting there saying,
incorrect. That's not what a straw man is.
You Trump supporters
this
did
is
that.
Fucking. He's on mute again. He doesn't even know what a fucking straw man is. He doesn't even know what a straw man is, guys. So here's what we've learned. Here's what we've learned.
And I didn't get any time to talk.
Here's what we've learned. We've learned that you don't know what a straw man is. So I will tell you what a straw man is. I will tell you verbatim because you didn't know. A straw man is a type of logical fallacy where someone you didn't give me any definition of straw man because you don't know what the fuck it is.
I did.
You don't know what it is. So a straw man is when someone misrepresents an opponent's argument to try to make it easier to attack. Now, I didn't misrepresent your argument.
I didn't bring up Trump this entire time.
Hey, dumb fucking idiot. I wasn't dumb fucking stupid idiot. Dumb idiot. I wasn't critiquing your argument. I was giving my own. I can't straw man myself, you fucking moron. You absolute dumb idiot. Holy shit. You don't even know what a straw man is. Fuck, bro. Like, this is fucking crazy. Dude. So again, let's look at what actually just happened. Let's look at what actually just happened.
Just admit it. You voted for a Christian.
Let's look at what actually just happened. Let's look at what actually just happened.
You didn't vote for an atheist, right?
Holy shit, dude. I'm going to keep him muted. Look at this point. Like, this shit is embarrassing. The name calling makes you look bad. I don't give a fuck. Fuck it. Go watch somebody else. I don't care. I don't give a fuck if you think the name calling makes me look bad. I don't care. Please fucking tone police somebody else. Don't tone police me. It's just going to make me fucking come for you. Like, straight up. Are you ready to listen now, or do you still need to be put into timeout like a 5-year-old?
You told me I could talk.
I just want to know if you're ready to listen, or if you need
to
be put.
Could talk.
I just want to know if you're ready to listen, or if you want to be put back into timeout like a 5-year-old. Oh, wonderful!
You said I could talk, bro, and then you kept interrupting me. I don't know what to tell you.
You're not ready to listen. You can go back. I can put you back into timeout.
You said I could talk.
Okay, timeout. It's cool. It's cool. Don't care. I don't give a fuck. I will time you out. So, let's analyze the argument. Are you ready to listen, or do you want to continue to be put in timeout?
I said you could go ahead.
Okay, great. So happy that you finally learned the skill that 5-year-olds learn. So here's the beauty. Here's the beauty. My argument is that the Christian God himself is evil. My argument is not that every Christian that believes in him is evil, and I've said that multiple times. So when you say, okay, so you don't know how to stop talking? Okay, no, it's cool. Gonna continue.
So bad in this channel.
Who's he think he's talking to? You must got me fucking confused with somebody else. Are you ready to stop talking and listen or no? No. Because again,
am I allowed to respond?
Again, not until I'm finished. Was I finished? Okay. Did I stop talking and say now it's your turn? No, that's funny. I didn't. Oh, okay, great. So as I was saying, which I made abundantly clear when you came in originally, that the argument is that the Christian God is evil, not every follower of Christ is evil. And we already went through this. So this is why you bringing up, oh, but you voted for a Christian, means nothing. It means nothing in the argument. Doesn't change the view that the Christian God is evil, doesn't change any of that. It is just you trying to quite literally do an ad hom, which is you making a personal point as opposed to addressing the argument, which is the God is evil and the followers are not. I've already said at the start of this argument that the followers are going to have been conditioned through threats to follow the God. They are coerced to follow the Christian God. Plain and simple. Now you can address this as a point or do what I have a feeling you're about to do, which is pivot and obfuscate onto something else. Now you may talk.
So you voted for Kamala Harris because the Christian way of life is the superior way of life then? She's a result of Christianity. Is that why you voted for her?
Sorry, I'm only going to address arguments that are relevant to the topic.
Well, we're talking about the Christian God. So good can come from evil. Is that what you're saying?
Nope. Didn't listen to the word I said, apparently.
You just said the Christian God
I'm sorry,
is evil,
can you steel man my argument for me?
But the people who follow him are good, can be good, okay? So I asked, can good come from evil? How is that not, like, clicking in your brain?
Can you steel man my argument for me?
Yes, your argument is that God is evil, but not everybody that follows him is evil.
Why? You steel manned you said my position.
What is the
argument?
That's your argument.
Nope,
that's your argument.
That's
I don't have to give you a reason why. That's your argument, right?
That is a position, not an argument. Positions and arguments are two different things.
Okay, what's your argument?
The argument would be the why. Why is it that people can be good even though they follow an evil God? Why? I already said this.
Because good can come from evil.
No, you just don't listen. So here's the funny part.
No, you just asked me why. You just asked me why. Why is it that people who follow him can be good? Bro, you don't know how to take
why did I say
straight? I don't understand what
I'll
is
say
wrong
it for
with your
the
head
millionth time. I'll say it for the millionth time. The people who follow the Lord
after this, right?
Yeah, no shit.
You're
gonna get embarrassed like you did last time.
Oh yeah, as long as this gets posted to YouTube.
Yeah, you will be embarrassed like you did last time. So again,
because you got done saying how Christian God's evil, but you voted for a Christian.
Why did I say?
You don't understand. You don't understand the question. Can good come from evil?
This dude quite literally
does not inability to understand.
What was the reason
argument.
why I said that people who follow God aren't inherently evil? What was the reason?
That reason has nothing to do with my question.
It has everything to do with your
my question. Was
because
of the reason you gave. The reason you gave, I asked, can good come from evil? And you said, I don't understand that.
To do with the question.
What does it have to do with the question? Your claim is that the Christian God is evil.
My claim is that people being good or bad, if you're able to follow like the claim like logically, right, which is just like, I don't know, what most people can do, you would understand that by saying that God coerces people into following him, the argument I'm making is that people aren't inherently good or evil because of God. That's not what they are. They're not good because God tells them to be.
But God coerces them into doing good. So that's good coming from evil, right? If I'm evil, but I coerce a guy to save 100 kids, isn't that some good coming from some evil?
You doing a good thing doesn't absolve you of evil.
Oh my gosh, what I just said went right over your head, didn't it?
No, it didn't.
If I'm God, and I coerce a man to save 100
Evil
kids,
people,
didn't
evil
some
things,
good just come from evil?
Evil people, evil things, evil entities can do
Yeah,
some good sometimes.
Where does it come from? Where does evil come from? Can you tell me what evil is? What is evil?
It comes from God.
What is it? Can I touch
Evil
it? Can I feel it?
What? It's in your worldview, it comes from God. It's an abstract. It's fucking the lack of morality.
Where do you get your morals from?
Well, I get my morals from logic and reasoning. You get your morals because some big dude in the sky told you all of a sudden it's okay to do X,
you get
Y,
your
and Z.
morals. No. Your morals are purely subjective.
All morality
right?
is subjective, stupid.
No. Not Christian morality.
Yes, even Christian morality is subjective. No, it is not. What does subjective morality mean?
We get our morals from God.
That's still subjective morality. Holy fuck. I need armchair philosophers to stop.
Okay, that's fine.
Because it's embarrassing.
Okay, that's fine.
Holy shit.
That's fine. I'll accept your argument, but your morals are still subjective, right?
So are yours.
So you could be wrong. Right?
So could you.
Okay, but you could be wrong, right?
So could you.
But the difference is that if I'm wrong, the result is organizations like the Sisterhood of Nuns and the Salvation Army. What has atheism produced? What's an organization that helps other people that you atheists? Because I assume you're an atheist, right? Or are you an agnostic?
You think the only charitable organizations are Christian led?
I'm asking you to name one atheist,
RFR.
one charitable organization
RFR.
that claims to be atheist.
RFR.
Huh? What is that? I don't know.
Recovering from religion. They help people with religious trauma. I just helped the line raise almost $100,000 for that charity last month.
Okay, so
RFR.
What does it stand for again?
Recovering from religion. It helps people with religious trauma.
So your only example of charity that atheists have is to...
Not my only example, just one example. It's not my only example. You asked for... This is what's embarrassing. You said, can you give me an example? So I give you an example, and then you go, well, that's your only example? No, you asked for one example. There's one example.
I guess what's your definition on helping people, I guess? What's your definition on helping people?
You don't know what it means
because
to
I
help
would say that's not helping people.
You don't know what helping people is? That's embarrassing.
Yeah. I want to know a charity organization like the Salvation Army that will help anybody off the street. You could walk in as a Muslim, Christian, atheist, gay, straight, whatever, black, white. You could walk in there and get help. That doesn't sound like an organization that anybody could walk into and get help.
You think anybody can't call recovering from religion and get help? They don't have a physical location. They have helplines that people can call, and anybody can call them. So they don't even have a
physical... Wow. So your best example
not
is
like
a non-physical
as far as I
location
know, they
that
don't
I can
have
just call a phone number and get
I'm sorry, do you think that there aren't... This is so embarrassing for you. This is embarrassing. This is truly fucking embarrassing.
Did you know that AA? Do you know what Alcoholics Anonymous is? Would you agree that that's a good thing?
No, actually, no.
You don't think Alcoholics Anonymous is a good thing?
No.
Mm. So you don't think men and women and children should go first, and you voted for a Christian, even though they're evil.
Did I say Christians were evil, or their God was evil? Stupid. Which one did I say?
Our God is evil.
Okay. And then let's just get hold on. Let's just get right back to it. What did I say about his followers? Did I say his followers were evil, or did I say his followers were coerced? Which one?
I don't know. You couldn't really keep your argument straight.
No, it's just that you're too fucking stupid to follow.
You kept on fumbling.
It is quite literally just that you're too stupid to follow it. So I'll say it again for like the fifth time. It's not an ad
More ad
hominem.
hominem.
Oh my God, you don't even
It
know
is
what
an ad
what's an
hominem.
ad
It's
hom?
okay. You don't know
What's
what
an
a
ad
straw
hom?
man is, and you
What
don't
is
know
it?
what an ad hominem
You
is.
didn't correctly say what straw man was,
You're
and I'm sure you're not
insulting
going
me
to correctly.
you're insulting me instead of arguing against my or
Incorrect.
giving me a counter
Incorrect. Because I
argument.
have not only
Yeah,
attacked your
you're
argument.
insulting
Nope.
me
This is how I
instead
know
of
you're
giving me a
stupid. So we're
counter
gonna. This
argument.
is okay. So this is how I
You
know you're
haven't
stupid.
explained.
This is how I know he's stupid, chat. I'm just gonna say it to you because he's too fucking dumb to realize it. So, fun fact: what I'm doing right now is called an insult. It would be an ad hom if I refused to engage in the argument, but I've also destroyed his argument. So this is just to tack on to it. This is an ad hom, it's an add-on. The insult is the add-on. I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a shit. So I'm going to say this again, and I'll say it fucking maybe you guys as a chat will understand it, okay? When I say the Christian God is evil, I'm not saying that his followers are in turn evil. Some might be, right? Some of his followers might be evil, right? Most of his followers are going to be coerced because they believe that if they don't do what he says, they go to hell. It's real simple. It's real, boom, booms right there. And I've said this. How many times have I said this, chat? 5? 5 times I have said this? How many? I just want to know how many times I've said this. At least 5 times, right? At least. But do you think he can comprehend? He didn't know what an ad hom is. He didn't know what a straw man is. He didn't know what a steel man is. He keeps using these debate terms, and he doesn't know what any of them mean. So again, I'm going to say this for the millionth time. God being evil does not mean that his followers are necessarily evil. God can do some good things while being evil, right? He already conceded that his morality is also subjective. I don't know what the fuck he thinks he's doing here. Oh, he also doesn't know what fascism is. That's embarrassing. That's actually real embarrassing. Now me, I could recite the 14 tenets of fascism and equate how Donald Trump clicks into him. He's not going to be able to do that. Actually kind of embarrassing. You ready to listen now, or do you still need to be in timeout?
No, let's go. Let's do it.
Great. Prove that God is not evil.
Prove that God is not evil.
Yep.
Well, he made you, and you have the ability to do good. So
Great. You prove that I might not be evil. Now prove that God is not evil.
well, he made you, right? If you accept my worldview for just a moment, right, and humble me, he created you, and you have the ability to do good, right? Like, I think your show is good. Like, you and I don't see eye to eye, but I think your show is good. I think you're doing a lot of good on here. And he created you. He created the person helping you. He created your mother. He created your father. He created the first thing that made you cry. He also created Hitler. The first thing that made you laugh.
He created every terrorist. He created all evil. Yep. He gave babies cancer. He sunk the Titanic. He gave all the lepers leprosy. He fucking crucified his only son. How many do we keep going? He's committed countless genocides.
I mean when
he destroyed he killed all the dinosaurs. How many?
But again, you humble. If you humble in my religion for a moment, does God actually kill people?
Yes, all the time.
What happens when the flesh dies?
Well, according to God, you go to a place that's far worse than here.
You return to the Father.
In a place that is far worse than life on this earth.
And God has the ability to resurrect, right?
He's only ever resurrected like what, one person?
That you know of, that I know of, yeah. But he has the power to resurrect, right?
I would say he can resurrect himself.
So from my
Apparently,
perspective, God has never killed a single person.
Okay, so it's so like killing babies is fine because like heaven is better. It's actually okay that babies all die.
From a Christian perspective, heaven is the ultimate goal. That's why we do.
Okay,
this.
so why don't
That's
you kill yourself?
we do what we do.
Why are you alive?
So yes. So
why are you alive?
The answer is yes.
Wait, why are you alive?
Why am I alive?
Yes.
I don't know.
If
Sometimes
heaven
I
is
think
the
I'm
ultimate,
here to call
if
into
heaven
your,
is
into
the
your
ultimate
show
goal,
and
why
debate
don't you? If heaven is the ultimate goal, then wouldn't everything you want to do be to get you closer to death? Living would be the actual bad, and wouldn't it be better that everyone dies?
Because I don't believe in death.
Wouldn't it be
I don't
better?
believe
Wouldn't
in
it be
death.
better if I'm talking about death of the flesh?
Okay.
Great. So let's run through it. Let's run through
Every
logic.
day
a
I'm
logic
alive,
puzzle
I'm one
here.
day closer to the death of my flesh.
Let's run through
Every
a
day.
logic puzzle right now. Let's say I decide to take on all of the evil myself as a person, and I say to a society, "Hey guys, I'm going to kill all of you." Right? I'm going to do it. Don't worry. You won't have to. You won't be a sin. The only sin is on me. You would say this is a good thing.
Wait, say that again. If you killed everybody in the city,
if I said to every single person, "Hey guys, you included," I said, "I'm going to kill all of you. I'm going to take that on as my burden. I'm going to kill you all." You would consider this to be a good thing.
If you're saying that if I went up to a group of people assumed that they were all going to go to heaven if I killed them, and I killed them all, is that like justifiable because they're going to heaven?
Yep. Not even justifiable. Is
murder.
It good?
That's murder.
Wait, what? It doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter though because I'm. Wait. You're telling me murdered people can't get to heaven?
No,
is that what you just said?
You can't. You understand it. You just tried to say, "Can I murder somebody?" Murdering somebody because their life could be potential.
That's not what I said.
Murder. It's murder.
Yes, and I said that I would take on the sin.
And you can't murder. You can't murder.
Yeah, again, you're not listening. I said I would take on the sin.
You're describing murder.
Yep. I said I would take on the sin. I'll break it down we'll break it down to an even like easier level. Do babies go to heaven when they die? Let's say they've been baptized.
Yes.
Babies have been baptized. When babies die, they go to heaven.
That doesn't mean it's a good thing to murder 100 babies.
Hold on. See?
Okay, but you're not going to be able to justify murdering 100 babies, though.
Wait, if those babies, when they die, go to an eternal paradise and never have to deal with any of the suffering that may come of the flesh, why would it not be a good thing?
Why would it? Because murdering is bad.
But you said when you're murdering is bad for the murderer because it's a sin, but the murderee goes to heaven, correct?
If they're a Christian, yeah.
Okay, so we've already discussed that these are babies that have been baptized under Christ.
Oh, I see. Are you asking me? Will the 100 people who were murdered, if they're Christians, go to heaven? Yes. Yeah,
great.
But the other guy's going to go to hell. I'm
cool with that.
I'm not saying that
I'm fine with that.
I'm not saying we should nuke the entire planet, though,
Why not?
because then everybody gets into heaven.
Why not?
Well, I would say from your atheist worldview, why don't we just do it? The world would be a better place.
We're not talking about my atheist worldview. Don't try to fucking twist it back on me. Don't try to do that. You can't answer the question, so you're trying to flip it back. We're arguing under your pretenses that God exists, that there is a heaven, that if you die, you do go to said heaven. And I'm saying if I decided I'm going to take on the sin for everybody, I'm going to be Jesus. Yeah. I'm going to take on the ultimate sin so that every human can live in eternal paradise. Why would that be wrong?
Well, murder's wrong.
For the sinner.
You're asking me why is it wrong to murder everyone on earth if they're going to go to heaven?
Murder is wrong for who?
About that question?
Who is murder wrong for?
Think about the question you just
who
asked
is murder
for a second.
Yeah, all you're doing is obfuscating instead of answering. Who is
murder
wrong for?
I'm asking you to actually think about the question you just asked. You asked me, why is murdering everybody on earth wrong? Because you're murdering everybody on earth.
But if they all go to heaven, you've already stated, this is why your logic is already falling apart. You've already stated, heaven is, stop talking. You've already stated.
Good, but you asked me, why is it bad to murder everybody on earth if they're going to heaven?
You've already stated. I actually think if I, as one person, can get every human into heaven, something God can't even do, right? If I can do that, God should let me up too. Doesn't matter how I do it. If they all go to, you've already stated that in order.
No, if you murder somebody,
you've already
that's
stated,
not justifiable.
You have
killing somebody.
Wait, why is it not justifiable? Why is it not justifiable? Why is it not justifiable?
If you understood Christianity, you would know why it's not justifiable.
So you tell me why it's not. Do you understand it? If you understand it, you should be able to tell me why it's not justifiable.
Why is murder not justifiable? Because it's one of the 10 commandments. Thou shalt not murder.
In this instance, I'm asking you why it's not justifiable.
Wait, ask that again?
In this instance, if the goal is to get, you've stated that everyone's goal should be to get closer to God and get to heaven. So I'm just giving you that goal. I'm doing that. I'm giving you what you've stated you want as a Christian. So why is that bad?
But not everybody's going to get into heaven. You know that, right? So if you murdered everybody, not everybody's going to get into heaven.
We asked specifically.
I would agree with you that if you wanted to murder everybody on earth to send them to heaven, okay, some good does come out of that evil act, okay? That's why I asked, can good come from evil earlier? And you had no answer to that. The good that comes out of that is everybody is at peace now, okay?
So
if we look at it from a Christian perspective. However,
perfect. Thank you.
However, it's, in my opinion, it's still a bad act, though, because you're asking me to kind of cheer on the murder of everybody, and it's an evil act. I would never wish that upon the world, but the end result would be good, sure.
Okay, so hold on. Just making sure that I'm aware. Just making sure that I'm aware. It is good. It is good. Okay. All right. It is good that we murder. We don't even have to say everybody. It would be good. No,
that's not what I said.
It would be good. Hold on, stop talking.
That's not what I said.
It would be good to murder a bunch of babies before they have the chance to sin because they would go straight to heaven.
No. It would not be good to murder babies.
Why not if they're going to heaven?
The outcome is good for the children, but murder is bad. Those children would go to heaven, but murder is bad. You understand that, right?
So it would be good.
Can you admit that murder is bad?
So it would be good. So it's good. Why?
Why is it bad? Bad, real quick.
Why is it bad?
You tell me. You're the atheist.
We're arguing from a Christian worldview, so I don't need to tell you why an atheist
why do you think
thinks
it's bad from a Christian perspective? Or do we have maybe a commandment that says thou shalt not murder?
Yes, you think it's bad because God just says it is bad. You can't actually articulate why there is a negative here. You just said, well, God told me it was bad.
Because God said it's bad. God said
great.
Don't do it. God said don't break the rules. Or is breaking the rules bad? Is breaking the rules bad?
No, not always.
Okay. So breaking the law isn't always bad, huh?
No.
Breaking the rules, breaking the law, that's not always bad.
I'm sorry. Do you think breaking the law is always bad 100% of the time?
Yes.
Okay, so when people broke the law to free slaves, that was bad?
You
have to say yes to be logically consistent.
When they broke the law,
you have to say yes to be logically consistent.
Was that bad? Yes, because they should have done it the legal route. Doing it, the abolitionist movement.
Shit, bro. But I'm the immoral one, guys. But I'm the immoral one.
Hold on. What was better? amending the Constitution to to abolish slavery, or would it have been better for us to just break into the slave places and just pull them all out? What was better for
It would have
slaves?
100% been better to break in and pull them all out than fucking wait so that hundreds of thousands of fucking people died, you fucking dumb fuck.
Yeah. Breaking
Holy
all... Oh my
shit,
gosh,
dude.
bro. Did you even hear what you just said?
Holy shit.
So adding to the Constitution that slavery has now been abolished was the worst route to go. We should have just broke in, killed everybody, in your opinion, and
if they
stole
wouldn't have
all
freed
the
the slaves
out. Stole them all out.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think the legal route is always the better route to go.
So okay, so
Peace,
just
peace,
hey,
peace
dummy.
Peace through
Dummy.
What's the word I'm looking for? Where two countries talk to one another. Peace through what is the word? I can't think of the word. Peace through what is the word?
I just want
diplomacy.
I just want everybody I don't care. I want everyone to be aware. I want everyone to be aware. The chat can't hear you right now. I want everyone to be aware that this man said with his whole chest. This man said it with his whole chest. He said with his whole chest that there are incorrect ways to free the slaves. With his whole chest that there are incorrect ways to free slaves. I just want you guys to be aware of that. I just want you guys to be aware of that. I just want everybody to be aware that he thinks there are incorrect ways to free the slaves. I don't need to talk with him anymore. Fuck off. This is why you can't have conversations with fucking Christian apologetics or apologeticists who refuse to critically look at their book in any way, shape, or form. Okay? You physically can't have the conversations because what he just said, when I said, oh, so the Underground Railroad was bad, and his response is yes. Yes, the Underground Railroad was bad, guys. Didn't you know Harriet Tubman, actually worst person ever? What's up, everybody? Thanks for watching this video, and I want to give a special shout out to my YouTube members. Their names are on the side. Membership starts at $2.99 a month, and you get early access to videos, exclusive members-only videos, and access to the Red Mirror Media Discord server. Thank you again to my members, and thanks for watching.